Okay guys, got a lot of questions in regards to skinning for rugs recently, and I just want to sort of go about how I do it. For me, symmetry is key. It's probably the biggest thing from when you start skinning. Second thing is making sure you get as much meat off as possible. Also, if you want rugs, shot placement, appropriate calibers, because as you'll see here in a minute, big holes like that ain't great. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to start by standing our animal up. Oh, sorry, laying on the back and standing up. I like to hold the animal in between my legs, the leg, and use a small incision on the inside leg. Now, get that one out of the way. You can see here that you want to follow that middle line down, okay? Now, whatever point you choose and whatever line, you want to follow that on the back legs, and then you want to do the same on the front legs. Now, just have a skinning blade, but the beauty of this multi-tool has a rounded gut hook. I'll just bring that in here, show you nice and close. Okay, that there, I can slide in without risk of ruining the skin, damaging the meat, slide it all the way down. It's a perfect tool to use. As you can see, super easy. Pick a point, usually just to behind the udder or behind the pizzle if it's a male. Go all the way down to that point. Okay. Going to repeat the step on the back leg and then do the same on the front legs before I do a belly and neck cut. Just like to come down to the middle of the chest here. Okay, nice and even. You get even coloration and a good skin that way. Gonna have a bit of trouble considering that hole I put in it here, but we'll make do. This skin might just get a nice rounded or rectangular rug. Now that I've got my 4 legs cut nice and symmetrical, I'm going to do my belly cut nice and straight all the way up to along the middle of the neck. Perfect gut hook blade, perfect for this, perfect for skinning, perfect for gutting. Remember, symmetry, so you want right in the middle. Okay, go up as high as you want. The more skin you have, the easier it is for us tanners and taxidermists to work with. Now I'm going to finish these cuts if we haven't gone all the way through. See, that's good there, that's good. And then we're going to go backwards to these cuts and right up to the anus. Once again, we're going to finish these cuts if we didn't quite get them all. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now we can start skinning. Now if we can hang this up, it's even better because it gives us room to work with. Don't have to worry about dirt or anything like that. When we're doing it on the ground, start with one side, skin it, unpeel it all, give yourself a nice clean shelf, then do the other side. And then by the time you do the other side, you can get your skin off, take all your clean meat, and away you go. Now, while I've got you nice and close, I just want to show what you want to be skinning out. You don't want that second membrane. You want to be taking that very first membrane up along the skin. You want your hide to look almost white when you get it off. You don't want fat, you don't want meat. Okay, and once we open it up, once you get started, if you start correctly, it will allow you to punch or elbow or work with your fist and hands. And as you can see, that is what you want, that nice clean hide. Okay, a lot of people, it's really easy to get that second membrane, but if you want to keep skin, you want to keep it nice and clean. I know this is a small animal, a young animal, so it is a little bit easier, but look, a little bit of water in your hand sometimes goes a long way. You can punch this whole thing pretty much off. Okay, the tough bits are going to be in and around your hips, in and around your underarms, where that meat is sort of loose and stuck. You can see here it's a little bit fiddly, but you can always get if it ever starts tearing, just get your knife, get it clean again, and then you can start working it off. Go down the legs. I like to go down to the end of the hike or the knee, whatever you want to call it. Remember, the longer skin you have, the better it is. So just work it off. Okay. I want that hide nice and clean. Yes, you're going to get blood on it, but the cleaner it is, the better. These are the bits that are a little bit tricky. You can see that muscle flap tries to grip on there. If you can get in behind it. Gives you out about there. Cut it off. Now you can see we get all that off. Really, really easy. Okay, obviously hanging, you can use gravity and use your elbow and your body weight to push. But this is one of what you got to do on the ground. Just starting to come into winter coats now, which are bloody beautiful as well. So this is my clean table I'm talking about. Finished getting this off that all the way down to just below where that spine would be, that back strap. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my leg off. I'm going to take my back strap out. I'm going to take my front leg off. Now, for the purpose of this, I'm just going to keep taking this skin off to show you the full process and what a nice clean skin would look like. And then we'll get to the meat. But you can see what a beautiful clean skin we have here. No dirt, not a lot of blood. Obviously entry wound. I'm gonna try and cut this neck. don't know if you could hear me, but that is that meat table I've been talking about. You can see how clean that skin is, and we've left all that membrane on the animal. That's what you want to give us. It's real easy to get caught up and just start getting all that underneath there, which is very common. A lot of people will just skin from there. That also will protect your meat if you want to get rid of that later, or use it as your mince pile down the track. So we're going to continue with that skin, and then we're going to get that off, and then we'll bag up our meat. Now guys, you wouldn't believe it how many people rip tails off. Tails are not like foxes. They don't just come off nice and easy. Okay? So, if you are not confident, it does take time and it does take precision. You've got to work your way all the way down to the end of the tail, unravel it, and then slowly work around that tailbone. Otherwise, once you get it open, you can pull up, never pull down, because it will rip off. Worst case scenario, you're not confident, snap that tailbone off, leave it in there, chuck it in the freezer, give it to your taxidermist, give it to your tanner. Might charge you a bit more, but I can guarantee you, I much prefer to do a skin with the tail than without a tail. So for the purpose of tonight and getting it off, we're just going to snap that tailbone, going to break it off, get rid of those bit of poops, and we're going to get through. Leave it getting rid of that poop tailbone. Yes, you got to cut the pooper. Okay. Leave that in there. Worry about it when we do the cuts in a moment. And that's it. Tailbone off. Okay, just like that. Alright, we're just going to keep pulling this skin off. Reason why I'm not taking the meat today is because I want to keep this as blood free as possible. Okay, it's a nice cool night. I've got some bags here I'll just put underneath as I'm getting the rest of the skin off, so we're not making it dirty. And and I've left that outer layer on, which I can take off, which just protect that meat. Other bit of ass. Other side I didn't get. And same process. Just going to wrap this up, keep it nice and clean as we keep pulling it off. Out of this blood on this side. You see that's pretty much gone. Taking a bit of blood from the fur on there, a bit of dirt, sorry. That's pretty much the whole way, and then I can work that backwards and forwards. Just gonna get that skin out, that leg. Remember, always cut from the skin side, not the fur. You will blunt your blade. Keep skin to skin side together. Up to that knuckle, cut that off. Okay. Beautiful, clean skin. No fat, blood from the entry room, no meat, perfect for your tanner. Just gonna hang it up here, let it to cool off while I keep working. And that's what it should look like. Look at that hide. No fat. Only the blood from that big exit. And a little bit on the entrance. Perfect. Left the towel in. I'll get to that. Not tonight. It's going to get folded straight in the freezer. That's all it is. Fold it up. Nice and small. That little bit of blood from the exit entry wound. Straight in the freezer. Doesn't need salt at this stage. Okay, if you're out in the bush, I do recommend salting it, but if you can get it straight into a freezer, perfect. I'm going to put it into a non-breathable bag, which is okay. It's freezing straight away. You want a breathable bag when you're salting it. Quick label, and in the freezer until I can get onto it. Good winter coat is coming through.